So the DoD and the DIU, Defense Innovations Unit, were testing drones, and they came out with 5 that they're approving for federal government use: the Altavian M440 Ion, Parrot's Anafi, Skydio's X2, Teal Drone's Golden Eagle, and the Vantage Robotics Vesper, and calling them Blue UAS. So it's basically a stamp of approval that different aircraft will receive from the DoD and DIU. What do you guys think about the 5 selections made?
So, I mean, I think that I've been uniquely positioned in this whole process in the SRR program, which these airframes were developed for, when DIU said, hey, we need to have some domestic technology that is capable of doing the same thing as a Mavic 2, which is basically what it was. We want to have this, but we want to be able to own it without the cybersecurity concerns. They basically set forward, I think, a baker's dozen of drone manufacturers to attempt doing this, and then slowly whittled that down. So that 18-month process was from the first prototypes that were put forward in front of DIU through the testing phases to now. And I think that Blue UAS is kind of like a consolation prize for the people that aren't winning the big tranche of DIU SRR, the SRR program. Right now, Parrot and Skydio are the 2 that are left in that program, and the other 3 had viable airframes that I think the government were like, yeah, keep building stuff, and if we want to buy it, we'll buy it. If you keep, if you have some fantastic features that you put in later, we want to buy it. Or if one of these companies decide to do something different or go off the rails, we have backup plans. I mean, it all makes sense. The US government didn't have to invest much more to get a much broader amount of options for their purchases. But if you look at all 5 of those airframes, they look pretty much the same. They all have 320 thermal sensors with 12 megapixel visible light cameras. They have 30 minutes flight time, and that's by design. What's cool about that is that now all of those companies are taking something that the government really, the federal government really pushed for, and now we're commercializing it. So we have a whole group of airframes that are really interesting for the commercial applications. And when InterDrone happens in person this year in December, or doesn't, we'll have a lot of things to look at and talk about that we really didn't have pre 2020.